All right. Today we are moving on to the second principle of three, to nutrition. This will again take another few days as we really dial in and understand the basics of this principle to stop binge and emotional eating. Let's recap so far. You're doing three main things so far. You're eating regularly, 3 to 5 times per day. You're letting about 3 to 5 hours go by between each meal. You're not letting more than 5 hours go by without eating. And the 5 hour rule is really helpful because if you can't feel your hunger, then you know that 5 hours is your upper limit and it's time to eat. You're also really striving to feel content in your belly, not in your mouth, not in your mind, in your belly. This feeling, this gets you, it feels good in your belly. It sits. And this feeling of content, you're striving for it to last 2 to 3 hours after eating. And then, in the beginning, when you're just stopping binge and emotional eating, your hunger cues are they're a little distorted. It might be hard to feel your hunger. Your fullness cues might be a little off, but you have a basic structure with this. This is the basic structure. It's like training wheels for your bike. 3 to 5 hours, eating 3 to 5 times per day, not letting more than 5 hours go by, shooting to eat content. You got these guidelines that are flexible, but they give you a path forward day by day. Now you know the basic structure, the training wheels, and we're now going to be adding in that nutrition piece so that you can really hone in on what makes you feel content. Remember, being content is the bottom of the pyramid. It is how you know you're getting your physical need for food met. Dieting, restricting, all these different diets, these crazy things out there, they make it so people don't feel content around food, and then people get deprived. They end up emotionally in binge eating. We're starting at the very root, healing the gut connection in your body. So what to eat? Again, I told you the story about how as a monk, I went to the monastery feeling horrible, and I truly was. I mean, I had to go through 6 years of therapy after the monastery, but that was for emotional reasons. The monastery got me over binge eating. It really did. And a big part of it was because of this disciplined schedule that I was having, right? I was eating this regular amount of food every day on a regular basis. And each meal had fiber, protein, and fat, okay? This is the next nutrition principles. And you've heard of these before. I'm sure you've heard of these before. But we're going to review them because they are important. Fiber, protein, and fat. These ingredients, we want you to be incorporating them for sure in your meals. Maybe a snack, you only get like one or two. But for your meals, you got to have a whole grain fiber. You got to have a fat. You got to have a protein. Okay? And we'll be covering some specific examples of that later. But we want you to really just hone in on thinking about, you can't just have ramen noodles. You can't just have a salad. We do not want you to have these meals where you're just eating bread, where you're just eating muffins, where you're just eating candies, where you're just eating soda, where you're just eating yogurt, where you're just eating chicken. We want variety, right? And that means fat, protein, and fiber, each meal group. And we will be going into some ideas about what these are very soon. But I also want to warn you about this trap. This trap is going to be overthinking. All right. A lot of people start wanting to know how much. They want to know what precisely to eat. They want to know everything. And that actually leads people astray. Remember, the root of what we're focusing on here, the mindset, the heart set, is that this food makes you feel content. That's what we're striving for. That's what separates this program from other programs. We strive on the belly feeling content, not up here, the belly and heart feeling content. These foods are done in service of that. We are not trying to be perfect with these foods. We're just trying to really study this feeling of being content in our belly, and having a fiber, fat, and protein at the meals are going to go a long ways to helping you stay full and satisfied for about 3 hours. All right. So I'll see you soon.